Welcome to your 2025 Keqing Build guide, because yes, she's still slashing through the meta with lightning speed, proving that the Liyue Qixing's Electro Queen hasn't lost her spark even in the Natlan era. Some might overlook her for newer pyro powerhouses, but Keqing's agility, consistent aggravate triggers, and quick swap potential keep her zapping bosses and spiral abyss floors like it's launch day. Whether you snagged her from the standard banner or built her out of sheer electro devotion, this guide will turn your Keqing into a high voltage DPS machine that dances circles around enemies. Keqing's normal attack, Yunlai Swordsmanship, delivers up to 5 rapid strikes that form the core of her damage output, especially when chained into charged attacks for those satisfying electro-infused combos. Her elemental skill, Stellar Restoration, hurls a lightning stiletto that deals AoE electro damage and leaves a mark. Recasting lets her teleport to it for a slashing burst, or you can hold to aim it precisely, making her a master of battlefield mobility and quick electro application. This skill also infuses her attacks with electro for 5 seconds after recast, turning her into a relentless aggravate trigger. Her elemental burst, Starward Sword, unleashes a storm of electro slashes in a wide AoE, followed by consecutive thunderclap blows, and a final massive strike, dealing huge damage while boosting her crit rate and energy recharge for 8 seconds via her passive, perfect for sustaining rotations in Dendro teams. Pump up Keqing's normal attack talents first, as they drive her charged attack chains and aggravate procs, making her on-field presence electric. Follow that with her elemental burst to amp up its AoE nuking power and utility buffs. Then level her elemental skill last for better mobility and initial electro setup without delaying her main damage sources. Keqing's artifact choices revolve around boosting her electro reactions and crit potential for maximum aggravate output. Go for the 4-piece Thundering Fury set to crank up her reaction damage by 20% on aggravate triggers, while reducing her skill cooldown for more teleports and infusions. If substats are lacking, mix 2-piece Thundering Fury with 2-piece Gladiator's Finale, or Gilded Dreams for a solid electro damage and attack hybrid. For main stats, slot electro damage bonus on the Goblet to supercharge her elemental hits, crit rate or crit damage on the Circlet depending on your weapon's crit balance to hit that 1:2 ratio, and attack percent or elemental mastery on the Sands. Attack edges out for general scaling, but elemental mastery shines in heavy reaction teams. Substats should chase crit rate and crit damage first for those juicy multipliers, then attack percent to beef up her base, elemental mastery to enhance, aggravate pops, and a touch of energy recharge around 130 to 150% to keep her burst flowing without downtime. Keqing's best in-slot weapon is Mistsplitter Reforged, stacking elemental damage bonuses up to 28% on top of its massive crit damage substat, turning her into an aggravate monster with seamless synergy. Primordial Jade Cutter comes in hot as a close second, pumping her HP for an attack bonus while loading crit rate to free up artifact slots. Haran Gapakufutsu is another stellar 5-star pick, boosting normal attack damage and crit rate for her charged combos. For 4-star alternatives, the Black Sword ramps up crit rate and heals on crits to keep her healthy mid-fight, Lion's Roar shreds enemies affected by Electro for extra damage uptime, and Harbinger of Dawn at Refinement 5 offers insane crit stats if you maintain its high HP passive. Pair it with a Shielder for reliability. Free-to-play gems like Amanoma Kaguchi solve energy issues with seed generation, or craft Iron Sting for elemental mastery boosts in reaction-heavy setups. Keqing shines brightest in aggravate teams where Dendro meets Electro for amplified damage. Pair her with Fischl for off-field ozone battery support, Nahida as your Dendro applicator and elemental mastery buffer, and Kazuha to swirl Electro-resistant shred while grouping foes for her AoE burst. Swap Kazuha for Zilonin if you want more defense shred and healing, or Zhongli for unbreakable shields to maintain Harbinger of Dawn's passive and enable aggressive play. For a quick bloom twist, run Keqing with Fischl, Nahida, and Kokomi, letting Hydro mix in for hyper bloom seeds while catching drives the reactions. If you're feeling overload vibes, team her with Chevreuse for Electro Pyro overload buffs, Fischl and Bennett for healing and attack amps, exploding enemies across the field. Physical builds are niche, but viable with Rosaria for cryo application, Xing Cho for freezes, and Citlali for sub DPS, though Aggravate remains her 2025 meta king. And that's how you build Keqing into a lightning-fast force of nature. If this helped you out, hit that like button, subscribe for more Genshin Impact content, and let me know in the comments how high are your aggravate crits hitting, and who's your favorite teammate. Follow me on X for updates, join my streams to chat live, and don't forget to join the Discord community to flex your artifacts and share your clears. Check out the merch at gachaking.store, and as always, hope you save time with Gacha King. See you in the next one.